Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the J4U Podcast. How are you guys doing? Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. And this is episode 12. Now, if you haven't picked up yet, it's a little different, This is actually a solo episode of the podcast. Luke was unavailable, and I thought I'd take that opportunity to make a TRANSCRAFTERS Q and A. So, hopefully you guys, I posted the event early so you guys could all see, but is it true TrandCrafters is coming out? Yes, it is here soon, and we're going to talk about it. So, basically, the whole beginning of this podcast is dedicated to answering your guys' questions about TrandCrafters episodes 6 through 10, and then all the other stories you can read in the description to figure out what we're doing after that. But let's go ahead and get started. If you guys got any questions, let me know, and I might have some stuff to show off to you guys. So just ask away. And actually, on that note, I need to open my chat so lets me read on both streams. Hey Emerald, how you doing? Gurj125, hello to you as well. And yeah, we actually have a lot of other stuff. This has not been, well, I shouldn't say a lot of other stuff. We have some other stuff to talk about as well after this. But this week has been pretty slow, which is another reason I thought it'd be a good chance to do a TrandCrafters Q and A. So let me go ahead and open up some of the stuff that I can show you guys about TrandCrafters. But until then, go ahead, just keep asking some questions if you got any. And where you actually searched them up, because I don't know if I saved them anywhere else. Is Megatron the dragon? No, he is not. In fact, the Fallen is. So Revenge of the Dragon, basically, the Fallen and the Primes, the original Primes, were all dragons, which if you remember from that first episode of TrandCrafters, you kind of see with Alpha Trion and the other dragons. Those are the Primes, and then the Fallen, his alt mode is a dragon, so the Fallen can transform into a dragon. But good question. Megatronus, I actually, there's some Easter eggs for him. Let me actually see. So, Megatronus, there will be more of him and his backstory. Probably, I actually don't know if I can announce this. I'll probably announce it because it won't tell you much about anything. But in the charity live stream, you'll learn a lot more about characters' backstories there. So, yeah. Which I guess actually technically, the Fallen, at least Michael Bay's, is based off Megatronus. Also, will Lockdown be included not in Revenge of the Dragon or even Season 3, which I did. We do have a name picked out. I don't know if it'll be the final name for TrandCrafters Season 3, which is why I'm not announcing it yet. But we do have a name picked out that we're using in production of Transformers, or TrandCrafters Season 3. But no, Lockdown won't be in Season 2 or Season 3. Because, of course, he's the main villain in Season 4. So look forward to him there. I guess I'll also answer some of your questions about Transformers 5 and Minecraft, but that's very early in development, so we don't have a lot of answers for that. But if you got questions for it, let me know. I'd like to see him tied in. I might be able to look into it. Just the thing with that is we don't know a whole lot about Lockdown yet, especially because Transformers 5 hasn't come out, and I want to know if they explain any more about him, because he was supposedly, if I remember correctly, sent by the creators, who apparently who is Quintessa. So I kind of want to wait for Transformers 5 to come out to see if they explain anything more about him, but I'll be interesting to see any AoE Autobots in the Dark Moon. So let me actually check the list. I don't think so. I think I was saving them all for the Season 4 of TrandCrafters. I can't tell you the list. I have the list of all the Autobots and Decepticons that will be in Season 3. But no, none of the Age of Extinction Autobots will be in Season 3 of TrandCrafters. Yeah, so and I don't think any of the, in case you're wondering, Age of Extinction Decepticons either, but there weren't many at all when it came to Decepticons in Age of Extinction. So, I mean, in case you're wondering though, there won't be. Any more questions, go ahead and ask while I keep trying to pull this up. This one's better. Will you be putting in Cogman in Transformers 5 MC? Cogman. Hold on. Give me a sec. I'm trying to figure out what we're talking about. Transformers the last night. Is that, oh. Probably. I didn't actually know that he was in it. Huh. Cogman. Ooh. He looks interesting. Again, I'm still learning more and more about the last night. So, yeah, I'm just looking through. Interesting. I haven't seen a lot of this marketing artwork that has the posters for them, but I guess a lot of the Transformers that they have shown in promotional stuff for last night will be in Transformers 5. I might put Cognite in then. Or Cogman. Is that it? Cogman, yeah. So I might put Cogman in. I'm going to have to do some more research on him before I can officially say for sure, though. But that is interesting. Hot Rod for sure will be in there. And yeah, let me actually go back. And Hound Crosshairs, of course they'll be in it. Yep. MC Minecraft. Yeah, that I figured out. Don't worry. It's Cogman I haven't heard of before. You just said his name. Here we go. Let me. Almost ready to show you guys some stuff. Also, Wheelie and Brains are in what? Transformers 5 or? Let me actually look that up. Brains. Or are you asking if they'll be in the Transformers 3? At this moment, let me answer that. You're right. Wheelie is back in Transformers 5. Yada Transformers Port Base reveal. I mean, guess to answer your question, it doesn't matter if you're talking about Transformers 5 or the Season 3. Wheelie and Brains will not be in either. I'll tell you that right now. And what the heck is that? Oh. Sorry about that. Twitch was weird, and I had my volume muted, but still played volume. Sorry about that. That was super weird. Has any of you guys seen the trailer reaction I did recently for Injustice 2, the one that came out today? If you did, this might be a bit of a repeat, but hopefully you don't mind. And the last one. And then I can show this to you guys here. Okay. And here we go. I'll just do this. Okay. Any more questions before I show you guys this? Oh, stream output low. Hold on. What is that? Oh, we might have to restart. Is that my internet speed? We might restart the stream real quick. Give me a sec, you guys. That's not good. Okay, well, we're gonna take a break for a sec. Ooh, okay. Sorry about that, you guys. I figured out the problem because I was doing TRANSCRAFTERS earlier. I raised up the bitrate on OBS, and I forgot to turn it back down for the stream. So, that's my B. Hopefully, I mean, it's a podcast, so hopefully nothing looked too funky. But if it did, oops, should be better now, though that's my bad. And I'm actually glad that started before I really got into showing you guys a lot of the cool stuff. But, and talking about the rest of the story, I'm glad that I noticed that before we got too far into it, I guess. But anyway, let me go ahead and show you guys what I got right here to show off. There we go. This one works. Okay, so, yeah, for any of you who have seen the trailer reaction I did to Injustice 2, then this will look familiar. If you have not, then this is new. But either way, here's some of the Easter eggs that I wanted to throw out there for you guys to kind of see and look at. I'm not going to comment on what a lot of this is, but yeah. All of this will be in TransCrafters episode 6. All 3 of these pictures, something in there will be in TransCrafters episode 6. So, trying to figure that out. There you go. Start speculating. And with that said, TransCrafters episode 6 will be out soon. Maybe. Hey, Yuan. Nice to see you. Yeah. I don't know if I want to announce the date I have picked out yet in case something happens. But I will say, all of episode 6 has been recorded unless I need to do pickups. But yeah. Dude, could you try an original series with a custom storyline? Not for Transformers at this point. That is my answer, I guess I should say. Yeah, because what the series is in Minecraft is me recreating different things, like different movies or different video games in Minecraft, but to tell my own story, I feel isn't quite what the series is about. I might take a story and change it a lot, which is basically what Batman Origins is. It's basically loosely, and I mean very loosely, based on the Batman Year One comics and the Batman Arkham Origins game. But with that said, it is very loosely based off those, and is more or less my own story. When it comes to Transformers, though, I feel that's not something I would want to take on. I would want to base it off something at this point in time. Again, the only thing that would change that would be if I ever got to direct a Transformers movie. Then I would use my own storyline, of course. Even then I might loosely base it off something, though, of course, because I want it to, be true to the source material. But if I did, it would still be loosely based off that thing. But yeah, to tell my own story, I don't think that's what TransCrafters or in Minecraft at this time is about. So, that's my answer to that question. Because I could help with design and specs. And also, yeah, if I did that, telling my own story, I don't think I do it in Minecraft, just because Minecraft has a lot of restrictions, and part of the series is showing you moments from the movies just done in Minecraft. So if I did tell my own story, I would probably not want to do it in Minecraft. I'd want to do it in some other media form, whether that's animation, live action, something along those lines, which Transformers, there's no way in hell I'd do live action, so animation would have to be if I ever wanted to tell my own story there. And again, I would want to do it as an official Transformers property then, and not my own thing, because I couldn't really play that off as well as I can here. So, I guess any other questions before we get started with the main chunk of the podcast? Give you guys a couple minutes, but let me actually go back to the main podcast. Set in. There we go. And, episode 6 should be out soon. Like I said, recorded it. I recorded it earlier this week, so unless I have to do pickups, it should be good, and all that means is editing, which will probably take a week, maybe a little longer. But most likely about a week to edit episode 6, and then I might hold on to the footage for a while and not upload it until episode 7 is close to being done, so I can put them out. So it's not that thing that you're used to, where it's one episode, then another episode a few weeks later, and then another episode a month and a half afterwards. I want to start putting them out like 1 to 2 weeks apart. 2 weeks at the max, 1 week at a minimum is my thinking. So I'm going to wait until I know I can do that, which means I'll probably be TransCrafters episode 6 will come out when TransCrafters episode 7 is almost done. Then 7 will come out when 8's almost done. 9 when 10's almost done, and you get the general idea. When is the next Xbox game? What do you mean? Xbox game stream that we're gonna play, or what? Next Xbox stream we're gonna do depends, because if you notice this week there weren't many videos, that was because I was working on TrandCrafters. So if I work my ass off again on TrandCrafters, then I have not a clue, to be honest, because TrandCrafters, again, it takes a long time to put out episodes. The raw recording for episode 6, it keeps with the trend of all of the episodes of TrandCrafters with about an hour of raw recording. So keep that in mind when you're asking for episodes of TrandCrafters. It takes a long time to put them out at the quality that I try and always put them out at. And it's when I start putting them out more frequently, I guess, is when the quality degrades. So I always try not to do that. So I always take my time with it, make sure I'm putting in the most effort I can so that you get the best quality in return. So, like episodes 1 through 4, those were all at a very good quality, and that was because I had more time. I could work 4 hours a day or so on an episode of TRANSCRAFTERS, and that's how we're able to get one episode every week and a half out. So, again, I'm trying to do my best on it, but with that, it takes longer to get episodes out because I can't do it full time, so yeah. With that said, though, again, episodes 6 through 10, I'm hoping will come out 2 weeks apart at most. So, episode 6, expect it next week and a half, 2 weeks. And yeah, then episodes 7 through 10 shortly thereafter. If you guys got more questions, feel free to ask them, but I'm going to start moving on to the next topic, which, as you see there, in the movie side of things, we got nothing. It's been a slow week. There were movies that came out, but none that I really saw and went, oh my god, I have to talk about this. So, yeah, we're kind of skipping movies this week because there isn't much. And, yeah, okay. First then, on the list of things, we got Guardians of the Galaxy, a Telltale game. Now, I actually watched the entire first episode of this because I have no... I don't know. I'm not going to play it. I don't know what I was trying to say there. I'm not going to be playing Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale just because Batman Telltale. First off, it was fun to play. But I could tell you guys weren't getting as into it as I was. So I'm going to just... And I'm still not done with Batman Telltale. So instead of getting a second Telltale game that I could play, I felt, you know what? I'll just skip this one. Though it does look good and fun. I'm going to skip out on that one and just finish Batman Telltale. And if by the end of Batman Telltale, you guys change your mind and go, yeah, I'd like to see more Telltale games, then sure, maybe I'll pick it up. But as it is right now, I'll probably have Batman Telltale be the last Telltale game I play until they put out something really cool that makes me go, you guys will love it, and I will as well. For instance, maybe a Transformers Telltale game. If they ever put that out, yes, I would buy that and play that for you guys, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. And then also what came out this week, we got the Rick and Morty game, which I know it's hard to see there just because of how it is. But yeah, it's actually looking really cool. I haven't seen all of it yet, but I've watched some walkthrough stuff of it, and it does feel like you're watching an episode of the series, only you're a part of it, which I think is awesome. I think they recreated Rick and Morty in a very good way. So, are you going to go see Guardians of the Galaxy next Friday? Most likely. I still need to buy my ticket, but I'm going to try and see it, like, as soon as I possibly can, which will most likely be this Friday, but I don't know. To be fair, not a clue. But yeah, alternate reality. It looks really good. I probably won't pick it up just because if I did, I want to record it, and we're not at a setup right now where I can comfortably record VR. So, if I did have the ability to record VR, 100% would play it, though. I think it looks awesome, so yeah. And again, this is also a fairly short podcast here, since we have neither of our companions, so I'm able to bust through this a lot quicker. And secondly, there's not much going on, but this is a story that really kind of got to me. And that is the Daddy of Five thing that's been going on lately, which, if you don't know, I will explain in one sec. Let me just... There we go. Alright, so, to be honest, this is the only news story that I have ever written a script for, which is what I'm looking at right now. And the reason I did that is because I have some passionate feelings about this story, and I don't want to rant or get off course. And basically, yeah. So, despite the title of the podcast as well, or the section of the podcast, this isn't really... It is news, but the whole purpose of this is not for me to be delivering the news to you. What I do in the news section is I basically say an abbreviated version of the news story, give my thoughts on the story, and then encourage you guys to look it up on your own. So if you are not aware of the Daddy of 5, I guess we'll call it a scandal, please look into it. Philip DeFranco put a couple videos out. I believe Bookie did as well. Heck, even mainstream media outlets put out stories that I haven't looked into yet, but might be fairly trustworthy. But do your research on the story. If any story I talk about you should look into, it's probably this one. So, anyway, getting on to the story. For those of you who don't know, there is a family prank channel out there called Daddy05. And in the story, they put out a video called Invisible Ink Prank, Epic Freakout. And it starts off fairly standard. The mother explains the prank of how they're going to pour invisible ink all over one of the kids' bedroom and act like the kids did it. That's pretty much the prank, which seems okay in theory, but this quickly escalates, and you see the parents yelling and cursing at the children. One of the kids is crying. In fact, a couple of the kids, I believe, are crying, just saying, "I didn't do it." And to give you guys the full effect, we're actually going to watch the video. So, this is not the actual video. It has since been deleted from their channel, and even if it wasn't deleted, I would not have watched it from their channel. I would have found it re-uploaded or something, because I don't want to give them the views or the watch time, to be honest with you. But here it is. Let's go ahead and break on into this. Alrighty. In fact, hold on. There we go. This is our horror graphic, just because this is fairly horrific here. But yeah, let's go ahead and watch it from here.
What did you do?
What?
What the fuck?
I didn't do that!
What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
What is this?
Cody!
Tell me!
I didn't do that!
You tell me what you did!
I swear to God, I didn't do that!
Cody!
It's all over your
I
carpet!
didn't do that! I don't have anything to color with it!
Why did you do that?
You ruined the carpet.
Get out of here! Mind your
I didn't
business!
do that! Mom and Dad, I didn't
Oh
do
my
it!
God! Oh my God!
Do you know how much that...
I didn't do that! I swear!
Cody,
I didn't do it!
You're
I
taking
it.
it-
The fucking lion again.
How
Like,
did I do
seriously?
that? I don't know!
you obviously did. You've done this before.
I didn't do that!
You've
You
done
did
this
this
before.
I don't have anything to do that with. I don't have anything.
Cody, you did this.
I know, but I don't have anything that has ink or whatever that is.
Cody, you did this.
I didn't.
You did this. You know you did this.
I didn't do this. We're just playing Uno.
You're writing 1,000 sentences.
So you were fucking up here too?
No, we
You did it too. You both did it.
No, we didn't do
You
this.
both did this.
No, stop.
You're both writing 1,000 sentences. And you are going to lose your allowance and everything.
We didn't do this.
Yes, you did.
Stop.
Yes, you did.
We didn't do this.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, they did. They did it.
We didn't do
Okay.
this. I don't have anything to do this with.
Make sure it doesn't stop recording. You two did this. You know damn well you did it. You were playing Uno and got ink in it. Where's the pen?
We don't have a pen!
Where is the pen?
We don't have a pen!
You better give me that damn pen now.
We don't have
You better give me the pen
We
now.
don't have a pen! We don't
There it is.
Oh my God! There's a...
There it is.
That's the
You
pen!
did this.
That's the pen!
You did this.
That's the pen! Jake was using the
No,
right
it's
pen!
not. He just picked it up off the floor.
I didn't have a pen! I didn't have a
Do
pen!
you know how much that's going to cost to
I
clean?
didn't have a pen! That's not
Do you
mine!
know how much it's going to cost to clean?
I didn't do
You're not
that!
getting no allowance, and you're not
I
getting
didn't
no
do
allowance.
that!
I'm gonna-
I didn't do that!
I'm going to sell all your Pokemon stuff.
I didn't do that!
I'm selling it.
No, that's not my pen! I didn't do that!
We're going to sell all your Pokemon cards. We're going to sell your Xbox,
I
the
didn't do
video
that!
games.
That's not my pen! No! Those girls tried to play me
You
out!
did it.
Stop trying to play me,
did it.
my brother! Stop trying to play
down like that.
Look, it's already coming up.
I need to return those Uno cards.
It'll come up.
It's invisible, Hank. It goes away. Look, it go away when it dries. See, look over here. It's going away.
We got you both. You were innocent bystander.
Yeah.
I can't watch anymore. That is actually despicable. I've seen the video multiple times. But no, that's horrible. Sorry, this is my script here. Let me actually get off of that. So, that was harder to watch than I thought it was, actually. Just because I've seen it from different ends, never the full video like that, and that's even worse. That's horrible. So, that is way too harsh. Especially for a prank. The parents knew all along that the kids were innocent, but still put them through all of that. So, obviously, many people, such as myself, were fairly outraged by this, to say the least. Daddy5 put out a response video that wasn't so much of an I'm sorry video as it was a I'm sorry you were upset by this video. And there's something I want to point out from that. There was a point in the video where one of the kids said, "At least you don't beat us like most parents." Which, firstly, is that really what you think most parents are like? Because if so, no wonder you don't think you're being abused. And secondly, this was proven false by several other videos where you see both the parents, I think it was the dad, as well as some of the other kids, even more so, hitting each other. There was a video, for instance, where the dad had the kids slap each other as part of a challenge video, basically. The dad, there's a clip where he pushed Cody, one of the kids, into a wooden, I'm blanking on the wood, bookshelf, that's it, a wooden bookshelf, and just other various accounts of physical abuse. So, that statement is kind of disproven there, and is also just showing you the low bar at which they kind of see parents. So, kind of in response to all of that even, the parents, they did an interview defending themselves, where they said the videos are not faked, but they are exaggerated, though even later that same day, they came out and put out a second video, where they basically say all of the videos are fake, giving them the benefit of the doubt, and saying the videos are actually faked. There is still physical abuse going on in that household, and they're still using the kids' pain as a source of income, which, again, is disgusting, to say the least. I guess my main point here is that no matter what way you spin it, this is horrible, and I'm disgusted by these parents. Whether they are actually causing the kids physical and mental abuse, or it's faked and they're just causing them physical abuse, or allowing physical abuse to happen in that household, this should not stand regardless. Now, something most of you don't know about myself is I volunteer and work with 40 to 70 kids ages about 9 to 14 on a weekly basis. I could never see, or I would never want to see, any of them suffering from any kind of pain, physical, mental, etc., from anyone or anything, especially from a loved one. So, what makes these videos hard to watch, which might be the reason why this last time watching it was the hardest for me, was just because I think about all the kids that I work with, and thinking of them in that position is just heartbreaking, and I would do anything and everything in my power to prevent that. So, I cannot imagine what these kids are going through in the Daddy05 family household, but changes need to be made, to say the least. Uh, yeah, that I don't have much to add to that. In one of the videos, they say CPS has already investigated them, but Maryland CPS has said while there was an investigation, they were not aware of the videos. So I hope there is a second investigation to look through all these videos and decide whether or not they count as abuse, which in my eyes they do. But I do think that someone needs to get involved. There should not be any violence. I have seen apparently there were death threats against the family, which should not be the case. You shouldn't. It's one of those the pen is mightier than the sword moments where there's no need for violence against the parents or anything. Yet with that said, someone should get involved, call CPS, and just get the parents either in counseling. They said that they're already part of family counseling, but obviously it's not working, as shown by these videos. But some counseling, even getting some of the kids out of the household, might be the necessary step to take next. Just something needs to be done here, because this cannot be a standard. This cannot be something that people just let happen to kids. And just, it should not be the case, I guess, to say the least. So, my cat just walked in the room. I take that as my time to end off the stream. So, any last go around of Q&A questions in the next couple minutes here, I'll be happy to answer in regards to TrandCrafters episode 6 through 10. And, guess one last thing for that Daddy of 5 section of the podcast would be just, this is not acceptable. And whenever I close my eyes and think about the kids I work with in that kind of a situation, I can't stand it. And I would give anything to make sure they never end up in that kind of situation. So, I'm going to actually close the door, because, again, I don't know if you actually saw that. My cat just climbed into the cat tree next to my desk. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them. And if not, we'll end off the podcast. If you got them, though, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Alright, Jonathan Torres, can you go on Xbox? Not right now, and I don't think I can today. I got a lot of stuff to work on, especially after this live stream. I got some stuff I need to do. I know this was a very short episode of the podcast, about half an hour. So, you know, normally these are an hour and 15, or in that range. So this was a very short episode of the podcast. But again, we didn't have much to talk about. I didn't have my other two people that I normally do to talk with me about these stories, which, you know, makes them longer. So it was definitely a shorter thing. Although, Luke from the Film Fisher, he did talk about all these topics. So actually, maybe I'll go ahead and just play those so you guys can kind of see his input. Well, he plays Mario 64, actually. So I'm going to do that. Let's pull up his video where he talks about a lot of these topics. And that'll be his part of the podcast, I guess. Let me actually grab that. Here we are. And alright, I'm going to probably just go quiet, let his part play. Actually, I might cut away for a sec, find it, and then we'll play his part of the video. I'll do my sign-off, answering questions if you ask them, and then we'll play the outro. So, see you in a minute, or I guess several minutes, because I'm going to play this piece from him and not talk over it. So, see you in like 10 minutes or something.
am gonna see what I got podcast-wise for this week. Also, podcast-wise for this week, there's barely anything, so it's not gonna be all that long. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about some topics in just a second, if I can load up. Alright. Okay, so movie-wise, barely anything actually all that interesting is coming out. There's like, yeah, literally nothing. The only like major releases that are coming out that are of any interest are, at least for me at least, I'm very interested in seeing, it was called Free Fire. Ben Wheatley, I love that director. Well, I've only really seen one film from him, but like some of his filmography looks great, and I should really check it out. And kind of like the style of it, kind of reminds me a lot of Reservoir Dogs, actually, now that I think about it. But it looks great. That, and also Lost City of Z is like, that one looks especially good because it kind of reminds me very much of like old adventure films or whatnot, and it kind of a very classical feel to it. As like, that looks pretty sweet. Oh fuck, here's a giant eel. So yeah, I'm actually really excited to see that, which I'll actually be seeing tonight, guys, so check that out when it comes around. Get the fucking eel, go away. And now I'm gonna have to swim quickly. Don't wanna die, don't wanna die, don't wanna die, don't wanna die, don't wanna die. And life. Sweet. Now we'll go back down. But anyways, Free Fire and that look pretty sweet, you know? Pretty sweet shit. Yeah, I guess that's it movie-wise. Gaming-wise, I mean, there's stuff like, just a second, actually, let me just get up here so I don't fucking panic, because I want to get good. Alright, there we go. Fucking god, what the fuck? God damn it. Alright, there we go. Alright, let me look up the topics again, what I had to talk about today. Gaming. Oh yeah, Telltale is made a game for Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, in honesty, I don't really have all that much interest in it, mainly just because, like, Guardians of the Galaxy is a great movie and all that, but, like, I'm really kind of sick of Telltale games at this point. Like, they're really oversaturated. Like, and also, it just feels like they only have, like, one style of game and kind of just keep doing that. Like, I mean, it's not that, like, okay, actually, scratch that. I was gonna say, it's not that the bad's, like, well, some of the recent ones have been, like, great, but, you know, whatever. But, I don't know, I mean, that's one. Okay, this is the one I gotta fucking remember anyways. Sorry if I'm going off topic a little bit, but, yeah, Telltale Games, new thing, shit. Looks, I don't know. I might check it out, but I doubt it. One thing that's a bit more interesting is, Ukulele, which is basically, like, if anybody on here actually knows what Banjo-Kazooie is, basically it's kind of like one of the original 3D platformers. Actually, kind of like this one, except it was made by a company called Rare, who were good up to a point. For fuck's sake, get out of the fucking corner, you dumb piece of shit. Anyways, Ukulele is kind of like Banjo-Kazooie, which is kind of like this, you know, fun kids kind of platformer with bear and bird combination, and they do like the whole collecting things. It's basically like Mario 64, but it has a bit of its own style to it. But I don't know, like, and Ukulele's kind of like trying to be a revival of that, and it looked cool like in its when they were first showing it. But yeah, like, people have been kind of saying like, it's not great. But I don't know, I'm still kind of interested in it because I always loved 3D platforms. That's why I kind of did this in the first place. I fucking love that shit. I eat that shit up. I eat that shit for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But yeah, like, I don't know. It may be good. I'd have to check it out, though. It's just, I kind of want it. Oh shit! Did it actually work? Yes, it's working. It's working. Okay, I'm actually gonna get a star for once. Thank God. But yeah, Ukulele. I don't know. I still want to check it out, though. Like, Christ, God. Fuck. Alright, come on. Jump. Jump. Jump, you piece of shit! Anyways, Ukulele, I'll try it out, and I think it'll be good. For fuck's sake! Okay. Here we go. Finally, I did one. Alright, so news. Okay, let me open up what I got. Let me see. Okay, now into the news. Now, I wasn't really anticipating having controversial news to play out during one of my Mario 64 live streams, but alas, here we are. So, if anybody's heard anything about who the whole Daddy of 5 situation on YouTube, like, okay, to be honest, I didn't even know who he was before what happened started up. If anybody doesn't know, Daddy of 5 is kind of like a vlog channel, but with like a guy's family and whatnot. And, you know, like, it seems innocent enough, but like, there was kind of some people who saying that there was some child abuse things going on. Not like sexual stuff, but more like just physical stuff. And I didn't know who this guy was, and this is my first impression of him. And I was like, I should kind of look more into this if I were to have a better opinion about this. And then I checked online, and there's like Philip DeFranco, like my friend Nick kind of shared it up online, and I looked it up, and it's like, wow, this guy's an awful human being. Oh my god. Like, I was kind of thinking it was more like the child abuse stuff happened like out of like the video or something like that. It was more just like speculation from people, but no, he actually like does the shit, and people were just like cool with it. It's like, what the fuck? Like, that kid had like, they had a part where his kid being fucking thrown around and shit, and also just bunch of horrible shit. And it's just like, why? Oh yeah, another thing was there was a situation where his like, there's actual footage of his family like cursing him out like on the video. By the way, why would you keep that shit in? Like, nobody's gonna think, wow, this is such a cool family, this is so like real and or whatever, cause no, that's awful. Anyways, I'm kind of don't have a lot of cohesion with what I'm talking about right now, but anyways, main thing is, he also, like, when speculation came out, he said, like, no, these videos are fake, and they're a lie, or whatever, just anything like that, and I thought about that, I was like, listen, if this was scripted, not only are you showing videos that are just like, man, you know what the regular family has? Child being thrown around, getting verbally abused by his parents for dumb shit on YouTube. That sounds great, right? And I'm just like, no, it doesn't. It sounds like someone being an awful person. And yeah, that's basically what it was. Now, again, like, I literally didn't know who this guy was before this even happened, so that may just be from like first impressions, but like, seriously, some of the shit they showed in like the Philip DeFranco video, like, that he did, was like, what a piece of shit. Wow. Okay, sorry if I kind of brought down the tone of this video with that, but whatever. Oh shit, there's another red coin. Okay. Changing back the topic from child abuse. Hey, Mario 64, guys. Oh, okay. Anyways, there's another red coin. Let's see if
thank you for calling me out on that and saying that you couldn't hear me. Anyway, let me recap. That was Luke's part of the podcast. Yeah, thank you guys. You're right. Luke's part of the podcast there. So, just to kind of wrap up going through the questions. Gotta re-answer them. Sorry about that. Do you have a girlfriend? If so, when will we get to see her? I plead the fifth. Also, have you been to TFCon? So, back in the day, back when I was a huge uber-goober Transformers fan. Like, I'm still a Transformers fan, but back in the day, I was a mega fan. Like, the biggest nerd fanboy of Transformers you had ever seen. That was me. So, that was back from Transformer Revenge of the Fallen's release up until about the release of Age of Extinction. That was my mega nerd phase. Now, I'm still a fan, but that was back when I was a mega nerd. But anyway, yeah, so back then it was like my dream to go to TFCon. I'd still love to go, but it's now a little bit lower on my list of priorities. But yeah, if I had the chance to, 100%. If you guys would ever like to see a TrandCrafters panel at TFCon, let them know. Send them, I don't know, 1,000 emails, and maybe they'll consider it. Who knows? And also, have you ever gotten revenge on a bully? So, I have not been bullied per se, because, like, I work with people who have been cyberbullied and victims of bullying a lot. It's part of what I do. In fact, over the summer, I'm going up to Indianapolis to hold a workshop on cyberbullying, but anyway, I haven't been bullied in the sense of this one person repetitively messing with me daily basis, that kind of stuff. So no, with that, I haven't also gotten revenge on a bully, since I haven't really been bullied myself. I mean, it kind of, 2 and 2, they go together, like, haven't been bullied, can't really get revenge on a bully. So, yeah, guess that's the answer for that question. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the podcast. This is episode 12, bit of a lonelier podcast, but less lonely thanks to you guys. So, thank you guys for checking in, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. We got some cool stuff planned, so keep an eye out, and TRANSCRAFTERS Revenge of the Dragon, episode 6, coming real soon. So, take care, you guys.